Hello and welcome to a new lesson of Learn Local English together. Today I'm going to show you what looks like a deep-rooted farming tradition in my boyfriend's family. Harvesting tomatoes and making homemade tomato sauce on a Sunday morning at the end of summer. How do you know when a tomato is ready to pick? Well, the general rule is the redder, the riper. So when tomatoes are of a deep, vibrant red, you just hand-pick them, wash them in cold water, and leave them to rest in cases for a couple of days. This way they will get riper and sweeter. At 6 a.m., the tomatoes have rested enough. So it's time to cut them into medium-sized pieces, removing any blemishes or rotten parts. Let's boil the tomatoes in a large pot with a little water. They will quickly begin to break down and release the juice. When they have released all of their water, we're going to pour them into a fine mesh strainer and let the juices drain for about 1 hour. Why don't we have some bread with fresh tomatoes and basil in the meantime? Once drained, the tomatoes are placed into the Tutto, the typical tomato crushing machine, which will separate the pulp from the skins and seeds. Last but not least, we're going to sieve the skins to allow the remaining juice to come out of the tomatoes. Once the sauce is ready, the canning process begins. So after sterilizing the jars, we're going to use a funnel and a ladle to gently pour the sauce into the jars. To make sure they can be preserved for a long time, the jars are given a final boil for 2 hours. This will also sterilize them better. Then we'll leave them to cool until tomorrow. The cooling process will allow the jars to naturally get vacuum sealed and last longer. And we're done. Now let's just enjoy some delicious spaghetti with the freshly made tomato sauce.